مدام زي مسيو بونجور. بدأ الفاين دايننج والمأدبة الفاخرة من قلب الحي دبي وبإطلالة ساحرة على برج العرب. هذا المطعم روكفيش بحر متوسطي إلى فرنسا وإيطاليا وإسبانيا واليونان وبلدان أخرى. انطلقت هذه الحلقة من روكفيش. شو أقول لكم ألورا أنديامو. Buonasera, Mr. Cesar.
Buonasera, señorita.
Buonasera, señor. ¿Cómo estás?
Very good, thank you.
Thanks for having us here in the Rockfish restaurant.
It's
our
my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Tell me about yourself, Cesar.
Sure, well, I come from a very long way. I'm from Venezuela, and I landed in Dubai 3 years ago without knowing exactly what I was going to expect. And then I came to this beautiful location, as you can see. My career started at the Jumia Beach Hotel, actually. Then I moved to Jumia Al Nasim in 2022, where I came as a supervisor. And then in a year, I grew as an assistant manager. And now I'm here in Rockfish, taking care of that responsibility.
Nice. To be a manager in the Rockfish fine dining restaurant, is it easy?
I can say it's not easy, but it's fun.
How?
And that's the good thing about this place. This place professionally gives you all the challenges that you need to grow and to defy yourself. And personally, it gives you a lot of joy. It's an Italian culture mix brought to this Arabic, Middle Eastern region where people expects you to be as friendly and warmer as you can be in Amalfi Coast, or you can be in Capri, or in any city of the coast of Italy. So the challenge, not only operational-wise, which is huge, it's to make the people transport themselves to somewhere else in the world except where we are.
Nice.
So I think this will be the biggest challenge that we have.
And there is another challenge, I believe, since we are located in Dubai. Dubai has more than 200 nationalities. How do you arrange this, the more than 200 backgrounds in one spot?
This is my favorite part of this city, and you can see it on our team. Our team has more than 30 nationalities.
Okay.
Everyone working together, which is a multicultural environment. And what's beautiful about that is that people brings with themselves a different culture, a different perspective, different ways of delighting and of providing an exceptional service that, of course, will be different from your country to mine.
Yeah, sure.
So this, when we combine it all together and we are gathered together, it's an explosion of magic. This is how I call it. I see people doing things that maybe in my culture are not normal, let's say, if we can say that word, but it delights the people who comes here. Because at the end, at any point of the year, you will meet someone who's from your own nationality. So you're bringing back something from home to introduce it to the people who comes to the restaurant, which is just fantastic.
Nice. Congratulations for the Michelin Guide.
Yes, thank you very much.
Are you planning for the star of Michelin?
Look, we're always planning for the star. I think every restaurant in the world plans for that. It's a long journey. I have to be honest with you. I think we are on the right path. We are working very hard, and our people is dedicating so much of their time and effort to aim to that achievement. We are still working on it, and hopefully if things go well, eventually it will come to our restaurant. But we are focusing not only on this prestigious award, but to maintain the line and the quality that we deliver to our guests. We want that every day our guests leave this restaurant with the biggest of smiles and the most pleasure experience.
Inshallah, you will gain the Michelin star soon. Señor Cesar, tell me about the customer satisfaction.
This is our main goal in Jumia Al Nasim and in Rockfish. We care a lot about what people think and what people brings with them back home when they leave the restaurant. So our service is very dedicated. We have a limited capacity for every waiter, so they can be on top of their guests and covering all the needs and anticipating their needs. And we also take care a lot of the delightful part of the service. So we want our team to be able to know that they have a free road to do whatever it takes to make a guest happy. So,
do you have any strategy like to follow up and to give the feedback?
Of course, after the guest leaves the restaurant, automatically our internal system sends them a request to share their feedback.
Okay.
And then after the feedback is shared, we received it, we capture it, and then in case a guest needs to be contacted and maybe invited back to the restaurant to recover minor issue that might have happened, or needs to be contacted to be appreciated for the feedback that they get.
Very nice.
We have a guest relations team who are more than happy to call them and bring them back to the restaurant and sort out whatever has happened.
Nice. Since we are in fine dining restaurant and in the Rockfish, how do you focus on the small details? I mean, even the furnitures, the colors you choose, the smell itself, the music, those details, how they affect the concept of fine dining?
So for me, fine dining is a machine, and all the pieces as a synergy has to work together in order to reach a common goal.
Yeah.
So it's not only me, we have a huge team that is constantly in the venue, and we are checking, double checking and triple checking every single detail that you see, from your table to the floor, to the furnitures, to the ceilings, everything. And we are supported by our housekeeping team who make sure that the venue is perfectly clean, and our engineering team who fixes any minor inconveniences that might have happened with the furniture. So constantly there's a lot of people checking on that, because for a fine dining experience, it's not only about the food. It's not only about the dish and how it's presented, it's about everything.
Full image.
So everything has to be spotless, and that's what we take care of.
Since everything is important, how do you choose the team in the restaurant?
Our team is carefully selected as well by a large group of people, and there are three things that we look for.
Tell me.
Different nationalities and different languages, because we want multicultural environment in the restaurant. Background experience for us is very important, mostly here at Rockfish, that the people knows what's the service on a base. We like people that has a common knowledge, and then we like to shape them into what the restaurant requires.
Okay.
And we need vibe, we need an energy, we need the spirit of someone who loves service, but who loves to have fun, because for us it's having fun at the end of the day.
Any memory like stayed in your mind with the situation you had with the customer, good or bad?
Okay, well, recently we have launched our immersive chef's table, which is a dinner show that is surrounded by a 360 projection.
Lovely.
And it's immersive Italian culture dinner. And one of the guests left the venue, and she said on this feedbacks that we send automatically, that she felt that she took a plane and was transported back in Italy. So having the opportunity to be in such a terrific, amazing city as Dubai, and let the people transport themselves to a different location and to enjoy the food and to feel authentically there, it's just unpayable for me.
What about the marketing wise? How do you market for the Rockfish restaurant? Which platform you use?
It's a very complex restaurant for that, because we have a varieties of service. We operate breakfast, we do lunch, we do dinner, we do the immersive dinner show, we do brunch. So there's plenty of things that we promote, and Instagram is our best friend at this moment. Instagram and TikTok has become very popular as well. When a lot of people come and portrays whatever experience they had through social media, this is our mouth-to-mouth experience through social media. But as well, we have an internal campaign where we have our website, and we do some publications in magazines and TV shows as well. So this helps us to attract much more customers.
Let's talk about the heart of the Rockfish, which is the chef.
Yes.
Based on what you choose the chef in Rockfish, is it hard to find the good one?
It is. It is hard to find someone who has the heart and the passion that our chef has.
Okay.
There are very talented chefs around the world, and mostly in Dubai, that is a gastronomic city. But our chef Andrea brings with him the Italian spirit by itself. Whenever you speak to him, he talks deeply about the product, about every movement that he does to plate his dishes, about whatever inspired this dish to come to the table. So with him, we found that the passion is what remains, and then the skills, which are very strong, come second. He puts first his passion and then his skills. So
lovely.
He was the right fit.
And do you have like frequent training for this stuff, like weekly, monthly follow-up?
We do it daily. We have our daily briefings and team meetings that we do before services, and there we focus a lot about the product, because the product is very important. And now there's the trend of locally products has reached to Rockfish as well, so we focus a lot on promoting all these ingredients and letting our team knows whatever they're serving, because people now is a little bit more conscious of what they're eating. So when it comes to gluten, allergies, specific preparations, specific ingredients, our team is extremely well prepared, and we make sure that daily we follow up on this knowledge. And then as well, in terms of concepts, Italian culture, or our service, weekly we conduct sessions where our team knows technical skills as cashiering, how to use the systems, how to approach the guests, how to, upsell or promote dishes, which is what we do.
Senor Cesar, since Rockfish is a Mediterranean cuisine, and the chef, as I believe, is from Italy.
Exactly.
How do you maintain the 3 European countries in the signature of the dishes, not the Italiano one?
Well, this is our debate with Chef Andrea. He's very Italian. So most of the things that you have in our menu are inspired in Italian cultures or in Italian influences, but our main star is the seafood. And the seafood is the Mediterranean ingredient by excellence. So we don't want to circle our product on Italian cuisine. We want to invite the people to try Mediterranean cuisine with Italian influences. So we can say it's a mix, let's say.
And now, since we mentioned Chef Andrea, I'm so excited to meet him, and thank you,
my pleasure,
Senor Cesar, for this lovely interview.
It is a pleasure, and thank you for coming to Rockfish. This is my small Italian home, I like to call it.
Thank you so much.
De nada, gracias.
Thank you. خلصنا اللقاء مع سينيور سيزار مدير روكفيش، والحين متحمسة أروح أقابل أندريا اللي هو الشيف، بس بعد هذا الفاصل. Chef Andrea, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Come stai?
Benissimo. E tu?
Great, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having us in Rockfish restaurant. And before I start my questions about you as a chef, if we can have like a brief introduction about you, please.
Yeah, sure. First of all, welcome to Rockfish.
Thank you.
Our beautiful spot on the seaside of Jumeirah. As you said, my name is Andrea Borougnetti. I'm from a beautiful place in Italy called Veroli.
Nice.
I'm close to the mountain and the sea, which makes my career very particular and intense, I would say. I started my culinary journey when I was really a kid, and for me it was a dream to become a chef. I briefly remember, but I guess I was like 4 years old.
Okay.
I spent my child time with my grandmother, which I guess was the person in charge of the reason why I became chef.
Okay.
I'm coming from a family which none of them actually is in the field, which I guess could have been a bit an advantage later on in my career, but actually not. So yeah, she was, and she's still my font of inspiration of my, let's say, culinary journey.
Lovely.
And everything started as a game, basically.
As a game?
Yeah.
How?
So basically, I spent my child time with them as my parents, they were working, especially in the morning. And she was bringing me in the yard and letting me choose some fruit and vegetables that, of course, my grandfather was making for our own consumption, I would say. And by choosing each and every vegetables or fruit, it was a game for me to choose, of course, which vegetable, but then of course also how to cook. And she was the one who was saying, okay, today we do something really special and I will show you how to do it. Nice. And for me, later on, it became a kind of motivation and inspiration to make at least on a similar taste as she was doing back on time.
Nice.
Recognizing that for me, honestly, the best culinary experience, or at least one of the best, is actually my grandmother food.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that leads me to ask you, chef, is it important for the chef to be to study academic wise the chef and the cooking and the details, or talent is more than enough?
No, I believe that power is knowledge in everything in life. So and before the job itself, I guess the humanity and the human side is very important. But this, I guess, in most of everything in life, not only if you're a chef or not.
Yeah.
Of course, in the field, the more you know and the more you can apply, the more you can discover with a bit of personal vision and a bit of personal curiosity on what is going to happen, definitely. In my experience, for example, I studied a lot and I keep doing it, honestly.
Till now?
Yeah, till now.
Nice.
Because the work doesn't finish,
Of course.
but actually it starts until you finish something and you begin something new.
This is very nice.
And we are in a world that everything is developing, especially the sustainability, the ecological system, the respect on our own environment. Where I guess the more you are in and the more you can exceed on guest expectation on network, but as well on the personal life.
We'll talk about the guest expectation, chef, but let me mention, since we are in the Rockfish and it is a Mediterranean cuisine and restaurant, and you are Italiano, how does your nationality affect being a chef in such a cuisine?
Well, yes, Rockfish is a Mediterranean restaurant inspired. Most of the products, I would say the majority of the products that we use are of course from the Mediterranean side, which can be either from Italy, France or Spain, using their own culture, tradition on reflecting to the taste and flavors that we use in the restaurant.
Okay.
It does affect a lot, of course. I started my career, of course, in Italy, where I developed most of my skills and knowledge. And as much as I can, I'm trying to use them in the restaurant. Again, exceeding on guest expectation and feedback. And of course, as the restaurant is Mediterranean and using our products, it's way different. But in the same time, could be as well easy for me because I know how most of the products taste like, so it's easier for me to recognize them and to use them in my own restaurant.
You repeated more than 2 times about the customer or guest satisfaction and the feedback follow-up. As a chef, do you communicate directly with the customers in Rockfish? You go to tables and ask and check and talk to customers, do you?
Yeah? I do.
Okay.
I think it's very important to keep the engagement with the guests because they are our font of, I would say, motivation, inspiration for us.
Yeah.
And thanks to them as well, we are developing our menu. The more feedback that we collect, the more dishes we create, but also some kind of imperfection that we can correct later on what can be perfect. Even if perfect for me doesn't really exist, but at least to try to improve in every details, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's important to
it's really important to engage with the
communicate.
guest. We have different ways, of course, to do it. If it's not either personally through our website, through feedback,
marketing
through marketing. Yes,
more.
exactly.
What about the dishes? Are you more in creating the existing dishes or developing a new one from the scratch?
I will say each dish has a timeline. Okay. We develop new dishes based on, again, guest feedback or what the business mainly require, of course. But yeah, I mean, I use my font of inspiration and my vision as a chef, supporting the sustainable products in this country. If it's not available in this country, I go back to my nation and trying to improve in every details. But as I was saying, every dish has a timeline because, of course, everything has signature, and signature for Rockfish definitely cannot be only my signature. Otherwise, by the moment I will not be here anymore, the restaurant will lose the identity, which is not business-wise ideally. But yeah, very important is to discover, to find follow-ups, all the items that actually they could bring the really added value on each and every dish.
And that's why you won the Michelin Guide. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Inshallah, next time you will have Michelin star.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What responsibility gives you this Michelin guide, chef?
As I mentioned before, I guess we are moving to new trends, new way of cooking, and new other, I would say,
Level in the market? Or...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But nothing happens, or nothing is really stable if we don't support, true factors like sustainability, for example,
Okay.
which Michelin is really looking forward. The engagement that we have with our own environment is very important.
Yeah.
So they could born new style, new way of cooking, but if we don't look in ourselves on the way how we support our environment,
Okay.
We never grow, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
Michelin is really looking forward that, and as much as I can, I'm really supporting the local market, the local sustainable products, going to the farm, visiting the producers, talking to them,
Nice.
yeah, and bringing their own vision directly to the customer whenever I talk to them.
Tell me, how do you balance between your signature as a chef, between the management guide or protocol in Rockfish?
Okay, so that's a very important question. That's a very nice question.
Thank you.
So of course I use my philosophy as a chef and what I do every day here in Rockfish, respecting and following what are our guidelines in Rockfish based on
Okay.
our company Jumeirah, and especially here in Al Nasim. We based our business, I guess, on the guest feedback, on the what we want to achieve as a company and also as a restaurant. And again, using my vision.
Okay.
It's not really easy, honestly, because there are so many compromises within the everyday operation.
I can
But
imagine.
so far we are working on it, and we are
Lovely.
achieving most of the objects that
The
we
goals and
goals,
the
exactly.
mission and vision. Okay, I'm so excited. We'll go now to the kitchen inside, and we're gonna prepare some dishes together from the Rockfish, and then I'm gonna try them. So thanks for this lovely interview,
You're most
Chef
welcome.
Andrea. And are you ready to go to the kitchen?
Yeah, I'm really welcoming you in my kitchen and to do
Merci.
something together.
Thank you. وكذي نكون خلصنا اللقاء مع الشيف أندريا مثل ما شفتوا، والحين الفقرة الأفضل من قلب الحدث والمطبخ عشان نتعرف على هذا الشرق المتوسطي من الروكفيش، بس بعد هذا الفاصل. Chef Andrea, hi again in the
Hi.
kitchen.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Welcome in my kitchen.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Chef, before we start, tell me, what inspires you
In cooking or in my career?
in cooking?
Cooking.
Yeah, since we are in the kitchen.
I do cook what I like to eat.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
And I guess by cooking, it's an expression of myself for everyone to know what is exactly for me cooking.
Okay.
And how I see food.
Did you try different cuisine to cook in your free time, for example?
Yeah, I do.
What?
I love Japanese. I like the Arabic.
Which
one? Well, I know there are so many different,
Okay.
so I will not say specifically which, but I like all of them.
Okay.
Really.
Tell me about our first dish for today.
Yeah, so I'm gonna prepare one of my and also the restaurant signature dish, which is the langoustine, yellowtail and caviar
Okay.
with the marinara sauce.
Yellowtail.
Yeah, so I wanted to use three top ingredients, premium ingredients.
Which are?
Langoustine, caviar, and yellowtail,
Okay.
with the seasoning of a fresh Tatterino juice,
Okay.
all the way from Italy.
Nice. All
Okay.
the way from Italy. What is
Yeah.
the story of the lemon from Italy that we are decorating here
Yeah.
around?
Not only decorating, because we're gonna use them.
Okay.
They are as well from Italy, specifically Amalfi Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
They're very particular because they basically, during the growing time, absorb all the breeze from the water, so from the Mediterranean Sea, and then it reflects on the smell and the taste, which is a blowing of flavor and smell.
So does it affect when you bring the ingredients, fruit, vegetables from Italy, not from here on the dish, and the final taste, I mean?
It really depends on what is the final outcome of the dish itself.
Okay.
So as we do cook Mediterranean food, most of the ingredients come from the Mediterranean side.
Lovely.
But for whatever I can support, either the local market or the local business, I always do. So
Good for you,
Yeah.
chef. Shall we start?
yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
So I'm gonna
Olive oil.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
From
some.
Italy?
What a question. Yes, it's an
What an
Italian olive
answer.
oil, extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna season both of the tartare, which I already prepared before, with some olive oil, salt, and chives. Okay. So in one side we have the langoustine, and in another side I have the yellowtail.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna use some Maldon salt. Okay. And then is the moment where we mix. Basically, yes.
Do you usually,
Butter.
chef, work by your hands, I mean alone, or your staff helps?
Yeah, we do. But whenever it's possible, I always use tools and stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, to keep the hygiene and everything on the high level, I would say. Okay. So
Now?
both of them are seasoned. Okay. I like to give very simple flavor, and you will see the way how I plate is gonna be very minimalistic.
Okay.
Okay. So the first step is gonna be the yellowtail.
That's lead me to ask you about the presentation. How
Yes.
important is the presentation for the customers to see before eat?
Yes, everyone that works with me knows very well that I'm very picky with that. Because the same way how I plate is exactly the same way how the guest should have seen the plate.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I guess it's a way of art. It's a way of how I see the food that the guest has to see as well. That's why for me it's really, really important to keep the same way. So yeah. Okay. So right now we're gonna do in French called quenelle. Okay.
Details.
Yeah. Okay. Basically on top of the yellowtail.
It's like an art, the way you turn the portion with the spoons.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And right now I'm gonna pop up with the caviar.
Caviar?
Yes.
And the caviar is from where?
This is an Italian caviar, Transmontanus variety.
Okay.
You know, there are different sturgeons.
Yeah.
Okay. So depending on what you need exactly for the dish itself, so I'm using different caviars.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is the caviar. Okay. And now I will let you do something.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Okay.
Tell me.
So I'm gonna mix with the juice of the datterino, which I already squeezed before, some basil olive oil.
Okay.
Okay. And now you can put it on the right side. This is something that usually we let the guests do it
Okay.
to let them feel connected to what they're gonna eat after.
Okay.
So just in
only
one
on the
side,
right.
a little bit, yes.
A little bit here.
Yes. You can go ahead, you can go ahead.
More.
Yes, until the yellow
When
tail.
it,
Yes.
I think enough.
Amazing. Yes, it's enough.
Okay.
Okay, so in this dish right now we have all the Mediterranean flavor and freshness. We're gonna finish it with some nasturtium.
Chef
It's a wild
Khadija.
herb. Chef Khadija, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flowers for presentation. We can eat the flowers?
Actually, yes, those are
Yeah?
edible flowers that they
Okay.
give, I would say, a different gears, a different It's not just about the presentation. They have a very sourish taste. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use the Amalfi.
Italian lemon.
Yeah. Just to finish the plate itself.
Nice.
Yes.
It's ready?
Yes, it is.
So this is our first dish for today.
Yes, this is our first dish.
Yellowtail.
Yellowtail, langoustine, and caviar tartare with the Datterino dressing and basil oil.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Tell me, chef, in the peak hours, how do you control it inside and out?
Well, of course, in Rockfish we do have a very big team of chefs that they help me, of course, to manage everything.
Yeah.
The most amazing part, I would say, is the fact that every space in the kitchen is a place where everyone works for different stuff. Yes, specifically.
Okay.
So we have it, of course, for the starter, for the pasta, and for the main course, and then we have the pastry as well.
Okay.
And what is really, really, really cool from the guest perspective is the simultaneity of the timing.
Okay.
When there is an order and there are different dishes, and they all need to go out in the same time. This is actually where the show starts.
The harmony between you and the customers and the food and
it's
the
like
colors and the smells. Yeah?
It's like an orchestra. All the musicians have to be connected to have the best outcome ever.
It's like a symphony to play.
Symphony, yes.
We will play another symphony now.
Amazing.
The second dish for today. Are we ready?
Yes, of course.
Yalla, let's go. And now Chef Andrea with our second dish for today, the main course, which is lobster ravioli.
Yes.
Let me ask you about something you have in Italy, something called like the pasta or the ravioli to be al dente.
Al dente,
Al dente, what does it mean?
Al dente means on the tooth. It means when you eat the pasta has to be stuck in the tooth.
Not well cooked.
It is cooked, but it's al dente.
Okay, okay. Shall we start with our second dish?
We already cooked the ravioli.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna place them on the plate.
Isn't the Rockfish the concept all about the seafood? Do you have any other dishes without seafood, chef?
We do have actually.
Yeah?
Yes, we do have. Either for the business that requires to have, then for some standards that the Jumeirah Nasim and all the Jumeiras have included.
Okay.
So we do have, of course, varieties, of other food. So after I place the ravioli, I'm gonna put the tarragon oil.
Before the tarragon oil, how did you prepare the ravioli, chef?
Of course, handmade.
Yeah, tell me
so
the
they're
process.
stuffed with the lobsters.
Inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there are three main ingredients of the dish itself. So beside the pasta. So the lobster ravioli, the lobster, the tarragon, and the mascarpone. Mascarpone cheese.
Ah, it's a cheese. Okay, yes. Italian cheese from Italy.
Exactly.
It's so like 80% from the ingredients you bring it from Italy?
Yeah.
True? Yeah. Okay. And
so
then?
we used the filling to fill up the ravioli.
Okay.
And then during the plating time, after we place it on the plate, I'm gonna put the tarragon on the base.
Let's go.
And you will see a transformation later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this on the base. Then we have the garnish. Okay, so we have the same lobster that we use to fill up the ravioli, but as a garnish.
Okay.
So in this way, the guest can literally see and feel different textures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have some confit tomatoes.
Is the portion enough for the guest?
Well, actually, yes. It looks small because the plate is very containing all the ingredients. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Before the foam, I'm placing the salicornia, which stands for sea asparagus.
Okay.
So we have some asparagus from the same family that they grows on the coast side of the Mediterranean.
Okay.
And really like to use in cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
It's almost ready, I think, our second dish. And now, what is it?
With the crustaceous, so with the lobster, we prepare the base, a bisque. Okay, with tomatoes, celery, carrot, and other ingredients. until all the broth get the infusion. Okay, and we are reusing after for the dish.
يلا on the
Okay.
top.
So we put in the middle first. Then you can see the tarragon oil coming up, mixed with the lobster.
Okay.
And some foam.
Foam on the top.
Yes.
Does it take time to prepare the ingredients before the details?
It does. It does. Yes.
How many hours?
Well, generally speaking, depends on what is going to be the preparation for.
Okay.
But we do have our calendar of preparation, of the ordering, so it's a flow that we follow on daily basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then as the final touch, some leaves. Okay. And there we go.
It's ready, our main course,
Yes.
the lobster
Pasta. Ravioli.
by Chef Andrea.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Buon
I'm excited to
appetito.
try it. Thank you.
Thank
Merci,
you.
I will try it,
Thank
but
you.
now we'll go for the third dish
Main
for
course,
today.
yes.
The main course.
Yes.
What is it?
Scallops e amare.
Se amare.
Yes.
Amare from the beach. From the.
I will explain you.
Okay, let's go. Escalope se amare.
Se amare, yes.
What is it, chef?
Okay, so the dish includes scallop and davit from Norway. It's a sustainable product that comes from the fjord of Norway. Then we have cauliflower cream, beef bacon, and truffle.
What is se amare?
So se amare, it's actually a word that can mean two different meanings. It has
Tell
two
me.
different meanings.
Okay.
So the way how you write si, it's actually mare in Italian. So if you both put together, they can mean if you love it.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, quite interesting and quite intriguing,
Okay.
and became actually the signature dish of Rockfish for the last year. And since we did a new menu, which is called How Deep is the Sea, is my signature menu here in Rockfish, I wanted to repropose again with some changes.
So if you love it,
Yeah.
do you love what you do?
Of course I do.
Is it important for the chef to have the passion and love while cooking?
I think if you don't love this job specifically, you will never do it.
That's why they say that the chef mood affects the final results. What about when you are angry, chef? How do you
I try
control
not to
it?
be.
I wish
try
not.
not to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we start?
Okay. Yes,
Yalla.
definitely. So we prepared a cauliflower cream. Okay. That we put on the plate. Okay. So then we have the scallop that we already seared. Okay.
How did you prepare the escalope before we continue?
So the scallop, actually, we buy them with the shell and everything. And of course, I teach the guy the way how to clean it.
Okay.
And we use everything from the scallop itself, by the way.
Okay.
So as soon as we clean them, we sear it in a very hot pan with some olive oil, and then they're ready to go.
Okay.
For my philosophy, I don't like to mix so many different flavors and so many ingredients when it comes with seafood, because the seafood is very delicate, and I like to keep the delicacy on the plate as well.
It already has
Yes, its
special
own
flavor.
taste. Yes.
Yeah, the own taste, exactly.
Okay. So
What do you think about the local seafood? Do you use from it?
I use some of the seafood, especially the red mullet.
Yeah?
It's one of my really favorite.
Yeah, it's nice.
The clams as well are really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, full of taste, full of flavor. Yes.
What about the gambarete?
Gamberetti, yeah, as well.
Yeah?
Most of them, they come from the open sea of Fujairah,
Okay.
which I really, really like them. We use sometimes.
It's nice. I
Yes.
like gambarete. What are we putting now?
Okay. So after we place the scallop, the cream, the bacon, and the cauliflower pieces, now is the final touch with the truffle, and then the garnish.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So We have beautiful Italian uncinnatum truffle here.
From Italy.
Yes.
I saw an Arabic truffle before was bigger size little bit. This is small.
Okay. There are actually, depending on how good is the dog to hunt them.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So, as is a wild product, we never know how big are they since the dog will discover it.
Okay.
You know. Okay. So, yes. We put the truffle.
Tell me, chef, when you try like a very new dish,
Yeah.
and like it's not 100% the way you like, do you throw it or what do you do? Do you eat it? Do you try it yourself?
No, we don't throw food. It's really
Okay.
against my philosophy of cooking.
Great.
Because in the end of the day, food is made for sharing, and it's way much more appreciated when it's shared with other people.
No.
So even if it might be a wrong recipe or something, I'm sure that all the time it can be used for different maybe
Again.
recipes or something. But of course, when it comes to already a final dish, I rather prefer to my guys to taste it and try to understand what is for me the culture and for them as well based on their experience.
And
So-
when you assure it?
I assure it after
Yeah.
some tasting that we do with
Okay.
our colleagues, and after collecting all the feedbacks, I think then is the right moment that the dish goes to the tables of the customer.
Any idea you're working now on it to add it to the menu?
Actually, we added recently a new experience in Rockfish, which is
What?
the immersive chef table.
Okay.
It's an immersive experience, and I would say a showcase of the flavor and literally a journey to the Italian excellence, where every dish tells a story
Okay.
about passion, tradition, love that we apply when we cook, and connected to what other topics. Connected to other topics, so the arts, the cinema, the movies,
Okay.
and the food, of course.
Is it ready?
So the final touch. It's a basil oil that goes very well with the dish itself.
Okay.
And this is the dish. If you love it,
I will try it. I like it now, but
Thank
I
you.
need to try
Thank
it
you.
to see. Thank you so much,
Thank
Chef,
you.
for the
Thank
third
you.
dish for
Grazie.
today.
Fantastic.
Merci.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Prego.
Chef Andrea.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Hi, Kadir.
Hi, Chef.
How's your Rockfish experience? How's the
It's
dish?
perfecto. Thank you so much, Chef. It's amazing.
Prego. Thank you.
Merci. Grazie. Thank
Prego.
you. Thank you. فعلا مشاهدينا الأكل لذيذ، واليوم حلقتنا من المأدبة الفاخرة، مطعم روكفيش من قلب دبي. وبهذه الإطلالة الجميلة على برج العرب حبيت أجرب يعني شيء إطلالة ليلية فاخرة تتماشى مع هذه المأدبة الفاخرة من هذه الحلقة. الأكل رائع. رح أكمل تجربتي من روكفيش، ولأن اليوم نحن نجمع أوروبا كلها في مائدة وطبق واحد، أقول لكم آخر شيء، c'est vraiment délicieux.